Thank you for joining us with PCC Pacers Go Live. Today we are going to talk about PCC's new teacher preparation program. This is an Associate of Arts and Associate of Science degree that will transfer to four-year universities. We'll be talking with representatives from PCC, Person County Schools, and with new PCC student Abby Weaver. We appreciate everybody tuning in, and as we let a few more folks join us, we'll get started in just a moment. Throughout the event, if you have questions that you would like to post in the comments section, please do so, and we will do our best to answer all of the questions during the session. All right, so let's get started by introducing who we have with us today.
I'm Karen Sanders. I'm the Dean of Arts, Sciences, and University Transfer here at Piedmont Community College.
I'm Lori Stacey. I'm the Chief Human Resources Officer with the Person County Schools.
And we have our student joining us.
I'm Abby Weaver.
Great. Abby recently graduated from Roxboro Community School, and she is enrolling in the program. So we will start with Karen as we learn a little bit more about this teacher preparation program and about hiring of teachers in this community and why Abby selected this program of study at PCC, the hometown college in Person and Caswell County. So we'll start with Karen.
I want to thank you for joining us this morning, and I want to thank Lori and Abby for being our guests and helping me share this information. We are so excited about these two new programs, the Associate in Arts in Teacher Preparation and the Associate in Science in Teacher Preparation. These are two transfer programs that you can complete in 2 years at the community college and then go to the four-year university to get your bachelor's in arts or science and your teaching certificate. So it's a wonderful opportunity, and it's got a great job market. Teachers are in high demand all across the state of North Carolina, but they are certainly in high demand here in Caswell and Person County. So this is something that you can pursue and then come back home and find a good job. So we're very excited about that. We've also come up with some partnerships with four-year universities that we can help you transfer from us to a four-year. Some of them have financial benefits. Some of them, we have programs where you can complete the degree online. Some have other perks, and so there's things that we can help you match what you need with your future career as a teacher. One of the things I'm frequently asked is the difference between an Associate in Arts in Teacher Preparation and an Associate in Science in Teacher Preparation. And the difference is in a liberal arts education. If you're planning on teaching in middle to high school and you want to teach something like language arts or English or social studies or history, then you would want to take probably an Associate in Arts in teacher preparation. Or if you're interested in teaching in kindergarten through 5th grade, you probably would want to go with the Associate in Arts in teacher preparation. It's a long title. But if you're interested in teaching middle or high school science or math, chemistry, biology, physics, then you would want to do an Associate in Science in teacher preparation. And of course, we always advise that you reach out to the university that you're thinking about transferring to and talking to them to see what particular course and degree are they most interested in seeing that you have. But we can work with you anyway on that. This program will have 4 education classes that you'll take here at the college, and then an additional social diversity class that will count as far some of your pre-major electives. Normally in the regular Associate in Arts, Associate in Science programs, you have a lot of flexibility in the general electives that you take. But here, we're going to specifically need to take 4 education classes, so that's going to give you a jump on things like preparing for the teacher licensure, looking at literacy, teaching literacy, foundations of education, some of those courses that, one, help you decide if education is really what the area you want to go into, and two, start laying that framework and that groundwork for you. Some folks want to start in high school, and so we're excited that there will be 2 career and college promise pathways to go along with this, so that if a student can start as early as their junior year in high school to pursue these 2 new degrees. Abby's joined us, and she's a new student in the program, so she's going to tell us a little bit more. Abby, why are you enrolling here at PCC in the Associate in Arts and Teacher Preparation?
Well, I was really interested in teaching elementary school or kindergarten in that kind of range, and I heard ECU had a really good teaching program, but I didn't really want to go to the university and stay on campus. Kind of wanted to stay close to home. So I found that they had the Partnership Teach program, which required me to take an Associate in Arts degree at a local community college. And I'd already taken classes at PCC, and I really liked it. It was smaller, and everybody seemed so nice. So I started talking with you, and we figured out that was the best program for me to go into. So I'm very excited to be part of this new program.
Excellent. And I think you're also pursuing our Pirate Promise relationship with East Carolina.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that correct? So that's great. What do you see as the benefit of you're starting your educational journey here at PCC?
There's a lot of different benefits. One of the great benefits for me is I attended Roxboro Community School, which was it's a really tiny school. The classes are like 20 students or less. My senior year, I had a class with only like 11 students in it. So I kind of like the smaller classes and really get to know your professors.
Mm-hmm.
Like they know your name, and if you see them, they'll know who you are, and you can talk to them. So I think that's a great benefit. Another one would be financially. It's a really good benefit. The price difference is very good, so I'm very excited to start here.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. So you're going to be saving quite a bit of money by coming to PCC for your first 2 years, right?
Yes, ma'am. I recently got my bill for how much my fall semester would cost, and my brother attends a private university in Danville, and he got his around the same time as mine, and the difference was, it was a pretty big difference. I didn't know I would quite be saving that much money, so that's really good.
And I think we put a little pen to paper and came up with it's about a $21,000 difference in tuition alone.
Yes, ma'am.
By starting your first 2 years at the community college. So that would buy a nice small car. We also have Lori Stacey here with us today. She's the Chief Human Resources Officer with Person County Schools, and she's going to talk to us a little bit about the job market here in Person County for teachers.
Well, we are the largest employer in Person County Schools, and from a year-to-year basis, we have approximately anywhere between 30 and 40 teachers that leave the district, and so therefore we have to replace those positions with 30 or 40 more teachers. They leave for various reasons, family reasons, retirements, to teach somewhere else, those kinds of things. So I was so excited when Carrie contacted me, and I had read some information about this offering that PCC is beginning August the 1st, just because with our being a rural county as well as Caswell County, if somebody's not from here, or they're not tied to here, it's hard unless we can get them here and see what great things that Person County has to offer. Unless we can get them here, we can't keep them here. So if we can start, this program is one of the first steps that we can use, and I'm so thrilled. We can hopefully identify students in high school that have thought about teaching, as well as after they graduate, if they wanted to begin then. So either way, but just to get them into that program and to have that right here in our back door, if we can start them here, then they're going to want to, I would think, stay in our county, and the longevity of that will benefit them as well as the district and as well as our students.
Like you said, Person County Schools is the biggest employer, so this gives us an opportunity to grow our own.
Yes.
So that's exciting.
I was going to share, if it's okay, the greatest needs Harry said that every area, it used to be that elementary teachers, we would have 20 applicants apply for one position. Now it's not it's not that, because not many people are going into the education field. So again, PCC is going to contribute to that and hopefully supply more candidates once they complete that 4-year degree and come back. But of course, secondary math is one of our high needs, as well as exceptional children, higher needs, I guess I should say. Those are our two probably highest needs this particular school year, but every area.
We have a great question that came online. Someone is asking that if you have a college degree already, can you take classes in this field to become certified as a teacher for Person County schools or other schools? Is that to obtain your teacher licensing degree? Do we know if some of those classes can be used to help certify a teacher who maybe has a degree in another field?
So you're talking more about lateral entry?
Yeah. So yes, the community college right here in Person County can assist with that with some of the courses. Teacher licensure does have requirements where you some of the courses that are in a plan of study for you that you would have to take at a 4-year university. However, PCC does offer several of the classes that they would need right here, and they do come at a less expensive than the 4-year university. Also on that note is we're trying to grow our own as well inside our system with our teacher assistants, and we've affiliated with another university. Knowing this program is here, we could start them here to gain those and then transfer them to that partnership, and I think that would we could work together with that and benefit.
So what this program will do, to piggyback on her answer, it'll have 4 introductory education classes. So those would help you toward getting that teaching degree. But realize it is the first 2 years of the 4-year degree in teaching. So it's also going to include a lot of the gen ed classes that probably, if you've already got a 4-year degree, you've already got a significant number of the gen ed classes. So we could help, but it probably would not be all that you would need to get that lateral entry.
Gotcha, great. And thank you for that question, Samantha. Feel free to ask other questions in the comments section if you are watching, and we will address them during this time that we're on live.
I want to piggyback on something that Lori said earlier, talking about being a career educator. Having been an educator for more years than I'm going to say on camera, one of the things that's truly a benefit is knowing that you're making a difference in somebody's life. So if you're interested in going into education, no, you're not going to be a millionaire at the end, but you're going to go to bed at night knowing I made a difference in somebody's life, and you can't put a value on that. That's just awesome. Lori told us a little bit about the need in Person County, but we also reached out to Caswell County schools, and Emily Buchanan was going to join us today but is unable to do that. But I was able to get just some numbers from Caswell County schools that I wanted to share with you. Last year they hired 32 new teachers as well, so both counties have a need, and there's a job market in both counties. In Caswell County schools, they hired 18 elementary teachers, 9 middle school teachers, and 5 high school teachers. But I was told by their HR department this morning that if they'd had more applicants, they might could have placed even more. So there's a need.
That's good news, right, Abby? Good to know you can come home and get a job.
Do we have any more questions?
No questions yet.
Well, while we have a minute, Abby, what would you tell recent high school graduates who are not sure about what their next educational step should be?
Really think about if you want to attend a big university. Some students do, and that's fine. My brother did. There's nothing wrong with that. But if not, and you're just looking for a really good education, get in contact with your local community schools. They're great. They're smaller. They're home where your home is. So I would say get in touch with them, and they can really help you figure out what you want to do. And I know it's hard to figure out what you want to do for the rest of your life. That's a very big decision. So talk with one of them. They can maybe help figure out what you're most interested in and figure out which degree would be the best for you. And if you're interested in teaching, we obviously need teachers, so you should come and join this program.
Great. We do have another question that came in, and you alluded to it slightly, Karen. Tell us a little bit more. A student in high school, if they wanted to enroll in this program, you mentioned that they could get started in 11th grade. Who would they contact? How would they do that process?
All right, so Leah Rollins is our career and college coach in the high school here in Person County, in all the high schools in Person County. And Mackenzie Hedrick is the career and college coach in Caswell County. And if you contact them, you can contact them through your school. They'll be happy to give you the information and get you set up. Again, this is a brand new program, so they'll probably start you out in the Associate in Arts or Associate in Science transfer program, and then come spring, change you over to the teacher prep part. But they have, with the pathway is laid out, we have classes set up at regular schedules so that you can start your junior year, and if you work the system, you can finish that pathway by the end of your senior year. And if you're really dedicated, we have many students, Lori's son is one of them, who finishes the whole degree, the community college degree and the high school degree at the same time, and that's just awesome.
So, okay, Lori, so a little personal question then. What was the biggest benefit of that for your son?
I think responsibility is one, not to mention the money that we are hoping to save when we do go transfer to a four-year university. The amount of just juggling college classes with other extracurricular activities, I think it was going to help prepare him not only for a four-year university, but more so just in life. So I think that, and the smallness of it. So I think the students coming from high school find it as an easy transition. And Leah Rollins, I don't know the person in Caswell, but if she's anything like Ms. Rollins is, just top notch, and we've just been thrilled in working with PCC so much. So, yeah.
And so what was the cost of him attending CCP classes while in high school?
The only thing, nothing, except he chose to take a summer class, and the only thing I had to pay was for a textbook this summer, and that is it. Is unbelievable, because I've just, within the last 10 years, I've completed a graduate degree, and I just can't imagine not paying anything. So I'm just so, thank you.
That's right. So CCP classes, Career and College Promise classes, are free to students who are in 11th and 12th grade in high school, any high school, homeschool program. And you mentioned that you were enrolled in classes while at RCS. Is that right?
Yes, I did it. I wish I had done it in my junior year, but I started in my senior year, and it was great because, especially if you're already interested in coming to the community college, it's kind of a great way to go ahead and get your foot in the door. And it's really nice to see what it was like, to see if you're gonna like it there. And I did. I loved my teachers, and it was really great. And the best part is it was free, so that really helped you go ahead and get a couple of classes out the way.
Perfect. Now, I don't want to get you in trouble with anybody, but who was your favorite teacher?
Miss Covington.
Oh, wow. Great. Sociology. Great. So hear that, high school students. Take sociology with Miss Covington, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. We do have another question that came in from Bernice. So this is a new program, she says. What's the biggest difference between the early childhood education program that we have and the teacher preparation program? Karen, can you talk to us a little bit about that?
All right, I can talk to you a little bit, but if you have more questions, if you'll send me an email, or I'll get you a better answer. But basically, in a nutshell, our early childhood program is preparing you to work in a daycare or work in a pre-K system. Whereas this program will allow you to teach in kindergarten through 12th grade. So the early childhood is just a younger group of students. There is a transfer component to that as well. So we can certainly give you more information about that. That program just came well, actually comes under me August the 1st, so I don't have as many details about it, but I can certainly get those for you.
So depending on what grade level you're interested in teaching will kind of determine which
Exactly.
program you go into.
Yeah, what-
Pre-K for early childhood and K through 12 for the teacher preparation.
Or if you're interested in being in a child care center, then you would want the early childhood degree.
Fantastic. We had another question come in. Once you finish with PCC and you're ready to transfer to the 4-year degree, to get your 4-year degree, would you need to stay in North Carolina or does it transfer to other states?
So we have what's called the Comprehensive Articulation Agreement with the UNC system colleges, the 16 UNC system colleges. So it's an automatic transfer within the state. But there are also, most of our courses would be recognized out of state, but you would need to work directly with the admissions office in the school that you're interested in transferring to. So we rarely have a problem, but often they'll ask us to send the syllabus and the course description and some additional information because they are not as familiar with the North Carolina Community College system as, you know, the schools in their own state.
So to ensure that everything transfers properly, it's good for the advisors at each school to communicate to make sure the student's on the right track. And that's really for any transfer program, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay, we have one more question. Dr. Buchanan is asking, can Dean Sanders help a student who is not certain where they want to transfer to, especially if they want to complete their degree online and stay at home?
Absolutely. I have access to information from many of our local colleges in the state of North Carolina. We've got all kind of programs that we can look through and try to match the student with the program and the proper university, just like with Abby, the Pirate Promise program. We were able to hook her up with the proper people at ECU. We've got connections with Western Carolina, UNC Greensboro, UNC Wilmington. So there are lots of possibilities, and it's an individual selection, so we just kind of work with you individually.
Great. And earlier you mentioned financial advantages to transferring to some of the different schools, and we may get into that on another Pacers Go Live event. But just right off the bat, since Abby is wearing her ECU colors, we're going to have to throw a little orange and green in there, just so you know, Abby. But you are going to have some advantages. While you're at PCC, you're also considered an ECU student, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about that. Do you know some of the advantages that you're getting?
I know you get like some of the benefits, I think, with like games and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I know you get some of those, but I don't quite remember all of them. But it's kind of cool to think like you're part of 2 schools. So it's like when somebody asks where to go, I'm like, oh, well, I go to PCC, but I'm also an ECU student. So it's something very cool. And I did not plan to wear
It worked out well. I think that's great. But we have a lot of different opportunities for different universities.
Yeah, as part of the Pirate Promise program, you are guaranteed admittance in your junior year to East Carolina as a junior, as long as you maintain a GPA, and you get a Pirate Pirate 1 card. I'm sorry, my mind went blank. That gives you some benefits on campus, like using the library and admittance to some things. You get a discount on football tickets and basketball tickets and sporting events. You can come to some of their, they have presentations and speakers come in, and so you're treated just like a student. And we plan, because we're farther from ECU than some other colleges, we plan to have some of our alumni work with our Pirate Promise students to actually take them down there and go through on the campus and see some of the things. So you do get a flavor for that. And that's not our only college that we have a relationship with. Western Carolina, that's one of the North Carolina Promise colleges. So the tuition there is limited to $500. Now that does not include room and board, but if you're interested in some of their online programs, then, you know, that's a real cost savings as well. So there are lots of good opportunities out there.
Well, that's fantastic. Thank you all for joining us today. Is there anything else that anyone would like to share? We'll start over here.
I would like to add that Person County Schools partnered with the Education Foundation. Is that what it's called now? Okay, I'm sorry. We have a Morton Scholarship that to graduating seniors that are gonna go into education, that there is a scholarship for them. So we always promote that, and I think this program will help us if students start in their junior year and they are interested in education and start here, that they know that they could be eligible for that scholarship.
Oh, excellent.
That's fantastic. And so she mentioned the Education Foundation, where there are scholarships for high school seniors. But don't worry, if you're not a high school senior and thinking about this program, if you are older and thinking about coming back, the PCC Foundation has a lot of scholarships available, and that application is actually available right now at our website. I'll give that at the end of this show. Dean Sanders, do you have anything else to share?
Well, I just want to invite anybody who's watching to contact me if you want more information. You can give me a call, or you can send me an email at Karen.Sanders. I'm a Sanders, not a Saunders, so there's no U in that. But I'll be delighted to send you more information. So please reach out with your questions.
Fantastic. And Abby.
It was nice to get to talk to all y'all today, and I hope everyone has a great day.
Thank you so much. So again, this is Abby Weaver. She is a graduate of Roxboro Community School, and she's starting at PCC in the teacher preparation program. Dean Karen Sanders, and I will share her information in the comments section after we close this event. That way it's handy for everybody to view. And again, thank you to Lori Stacey for joining us from Person County Schools. Again, we will have more Pacers Go Live events coming to talk about other programs of study here at the college. If you have one that you would like to learn about, please let us know. In the meantime, thank you again for joining us. And if you have any questions about any of the programs at PCC, how to apply for financial aid, or just general education questions, contact us here via Messenger. Call us at 336-599-1181. Or as always, you can learn more about PCC's 30-plus programs as well as short-term training online at www.piedmontcc.edu. And if you're looking for that scholarship page, add a /scholarships with an S, and it'll take you there. Thank you again for joining us, and we'll talk to you soon.